A good Quora profile can make or break things for you. So, for instance, when I started writing on Quora, the only goal that I had was to grow customers for my brand Stoned Santa. But eventually, when my answers started getting traction,
and that is when I truly understood the power of content and a truly optimized profile. In today's video, we're going to spend a few minutes in going through a few profiles of the best Quorans. And while we are going through the profiles, we'll try understanding what are the elements that one should include in their Quora profile such that their profile can stand out. At the same time, their profile visitors can be directed into places where the writer intends to. So, for instance, for me, it was directing people to Stone Santa's website in the year 2018, 19, and 20. And in 2021, when I started my YouTube channel, I wanted them to visit my YouTube channel because that was what my primary focus was in life. So for me, Quora has been very kind in sending me traffic and visitors and customers and subscribers and whatnot. And with all of those experiences in this video, we are going to take a few examples of a few Quorans. And while we are doing that, we'll discover what are the things that can make or break your Quora profile. Let's get started. So let's start the video with a few profiles that I personally am a fan of, and not just me. If you are on Quora and if you're active on Quora, I'm sure out of these 11 profiles, at least there are 6 to 7 that you would already be following. So let's get started. The first would be Balaji Vishwanathan, the most followed writer on Quora. Now, for me, this is the world's best profile. It's crisp, it's short, it's got immense credibility, 5,400 answers, a massive 3,200 posts, and 593,000 followers and 388 million views. This is Balaji Vishwanathan. Now, Balaji Vishwanathan has written majorly about India, politics of India, Indian ethnicity, history, United States of America, and a lot of other things. So, this is one example. Let's go on to the next one. One of my favorite writers on Quora, Sean Kernan, son of Quora, as he calls himself. Now, he has started actively writing on Medium, but he still manages to write actively on Quora today. And his profile is one of the profiles that everybody should check out. Now, he's written 5,300 answers, 525 million views. It's crazy. And this guy has 292,000 followers. And he majorly writes about life experiences. Survey questions are again life experiences or experiential questions, such as what makes you happy, what makes you sad, and other things. Now, it's written about a varied topics such as human behavior, dating, relationships, interpersonal connection, business intelligence, music, high school experience, cats, marketing, hypothetical scenarios. And one thing that I know about this author is he's amazing. No matter what he writes, people read. So all of this trust has been built because of consistency. But before that, let's jump into the next profile. Now, Kalpit Veerwal, a lot of people who are there on YouTube would know this guy. He is crazy. He is badass. One of the few people, or one of the only people in India to score a 360 on 360 in JEE mains. So this guy, he's got 117,000 followers. He's written 514 answers, and he grew his YouTube channel primarily because of the massive following that he had on Quora. And with that, he seeded his growth on YouTube. And today, his YouTube handle has grown so much that he's launched startups out of that. A Cat Boost is one of those ventures by Kalpit, and I'm a big fan of this guy. What makes these profiles stand out? Consistency, a clear picture, bio, and description. These guys are thought leaders in whatever topics they write about. For example, Balaji Vishwanathan has written about India. So it's not really varied much about writing on very random topics. So all these people that we will take examples of in the future are also something. All the examples that we'll take in the future, now you'll notice that these are the things that are very common in all these people. And consistency again, because if you're not consistent, then people would not recognize you. You have to come to them, or you have to be visible in front of them again and again. And out of the thousands of answers these guys wrote, perhaps 50 or 500 of them would have taken off. The remaining 1,000, the remaining 5,000 answers have just maybe gone in vain. But again, they may not have gone in vain. But again, let's go on. Now, I have not written a lot, but I have written seven. I have written enough that has gotten me 7.3 million views, which is nothing as compared to these guys. But these 7.3 million views has resulted in lakhs of sales for my startup Stone Santa. And the things that I majorly wrote about was business, startups, and my life experiences. And truth be told, I got very lucky because might have written just 250 answers. And with 250 answers, I got 7.3 million views and a lot of customers. With all of this being told, I hope you understand that Quora as a platform is very unique, but for it to give you returns, you need to optimize your profile. And that is precisely why I'm making this video. Now, another category that I'd like to take is Quora being great for authors. So, for instance, we have Dushka Zapata. Now, I follow her and I like the work that she does. And if you can look at her profile, it's very nice. The profile immediately shows the number of books that she's written. You can follow her on Instagram. And if you notice, she's very consistent again. She's got 187.8 million views, and that's crazy. And she's written majorly about life advice, life, dating, relationships, philosophy for everyday life, and human behavior. And if you take a note, all these are very interrelated with each other. So she's not been writing about random things. Now, if you look at the books that she's written, you'll see that these are very much related to the things that she's been writing on Quora. Next, we have Divyansh Mundra. Now, Divyansh Mundra happens to be one of the most famous authors on Quora. Now, Divyansh, just like me, is somebody who contributes a lot of his success or a lot of his motivations coming from Quora. And if you look at his profile, you'll see something very similar. So initially in his early days, Divyansh would direct people to his Amazon link where people could buy his book. But now there's a change in strategy. He's directing them to his YouTube channel, and that is something that all authors do majorly. And if you notice, Divyansh too has written majorly about writing, honest reviews, publishing in India, and about Divyansh himself. So that is another thing to notice would be 1100 answers written by Divyansh. So yeah, Avdesh Singh is a very respected Quran, ex-IRS, IITN educator, and an author of many books for UPSC majorly. Now, if you look at him, 5,400 answers by Sir Awdhesh Sir with 186 million views, top writer. And if you notice, he too has majorly written about the things that he has experiences in, allowing him to build authority. And once you're able to build authority, a lot of other good things can be followed after that, right? Now, let's go on. Now, so far we've taken so many examples. Now let's understand what are the elements or what are the key identifiers of a good or a great Quora profile. From good to great is a good journey that very few people take. But if you are somebody who is willing to go from the good to the great, then this video is for you. Quality answers and consistency is the top ranking factor, because there are a lot of people who do not have a nice bio or do not even have their real names, but they have massive following because of what they stand for, what their thoughts are, and for the consistency that they have. Apart from that, having a clear picture, a good defined bio and description is recommended. Now, clearly marked credentials. So, for example, if you're writing about IIT and if you've not cracked IIT or if you do not have any experiences related to IIT, then that is not really something that would be taken very much well by the society or your audience. So, ideally, you should have clearly marked credentials so that the people who are reading your answers trust you. Next, relevant Quora spaces. Now, Quora spaces is another feature by Quora. And I would not say this is mandatory for everybody, but having Quora spaces which are relevant to the things that you're talking about is always a good thing. So, for instance, I talk about digital marketing, I talk about entrepreneurship. So, if I create content and share my content in relevant Quora spaces, which are about entrepreneurship and digital marketing, then that's like cherry on the cake, right? That's like the cherry on the top. So, it's always a good thing to have Quora spaces which are relevant to what you're writing for, to what you're standing for, to what values you advocate, etc., etc. Next, relevant CTAs, meaning in 2018 and 19 and 20, the CTA for me was Stone Santa's website. So I wanted people to purchase from Stone Santa, and that is the only goal that I had. But fast forward to 2021, I am diverting them to my YouTube handle so that some of them can become subscribers. And out of the 1200 subscribers that I have as of now, I can tell you this, that at least 300 to 350 subscribers have come easily from Quora. So yes, having a relevant call to action is always a good thing, because that allows your profile or the people who are interested in you to know more about you. And consistency again, because no matter how good you are, if you're not consistent, then people will forget you. Next, I'd like to take an example of Sunny. He happens to be one of those writers who emerged very recently, but he's built a very massive following out of the things and the quality of answers that he does. With just 115 answers, he's managed to get 5.5 million views. And I can tell you this, any of his answers that you choose, those are well researched. It perhaps takes him weeks or months to write about it, but he does brilliant job at it. If you look at his work, there's a YouTube channel, there's an Instagram channel, and there's an email ID, and there's a very nicely written description. Along that, you can see that he's a writer. He's at IIT Bombay. He is the author of a book, which we can see. It's a PDF, a sample copy of my book. So if we look at Sunny's profile, it looks very nice. It looks very well defined, and it makes me curious to know more about Sunny. So there are chances that I may check out his YouTube handle. Next, we have Mr. James Alcher, and I love him because of the kind of thoughts that he has. This guy is a person who's been a millionaire several times and gone broke several times. And the way he writes, with the honesty that he has, is something that makes him stand out. But again, if you look, 969 answers with 282,000 followers and 100 million views. So there's a lot of similarity in all of the Quora profiles that we've discussed so far.
Now it's the time for us to discuss the outliers. Outliers meaning the people who are not following any of the things that we've been talking about in the past. One of the very, very respected Quorans, Mr. Gopalkrishna Vishwanath. Now he has written a very short description. He's written 9,800 answers, and there is not a lot that he's added in his credentials. Yes, there are things that he's added, but not a lot. He's one of those outliers. Next, Anubhav Jain, again, one of the very respected Quorans out there. He's written nothing in his description, yet he has a massive following, but consistent 3,800 answers. It is a lot, I am telling you that. 92 million views is another thing. Now let's jump on to the next profile. Dr. Tiny Nair, his answers are amazing. So even though I'm not a doctor or not closely related to medical science, I still follow his work and I love his work. So he's written nothing about himself or not added a CTA, as I told you, or does not maintain a Quora space, but still he is a very respected author. So why am I sharing all of this? There's another guy, Akshay Tiwari, like very, very funny and very humorous answers. I love the way he writes. He's written just 146 answers, but still he has 83.5K followers. And his profile picture is not even his. So there are a lot of people who've done very unique things with their profiles. And look at it. His most trending answer is, how does it feel to attend an ex's wedding? Now, if you look at all the things, all the gyan people talk about Quora, these people defy all of that gyan, but they still manage to stand out. Why? What is common in these profiles? What makes these profiles stand out? What makes these profiles stand out, yet what is common in these profiles? According to me, what I would say is it would be a well-defined why. The creators, the people who are writing, they know why they are writing. So for some people, it could be to share knowledge and add value. So for instance, I am one of those people. But while I am sharing knowledge and adding value, I induce call to action so that my business Stone Santa can grow and my products can be sold. So for me, 4 is induced because of 1. Similarly, just like me, there are a lot of people who write for different reasons. So for example, somebody may be writing to build authority. There might be somebody who may be writing just because they want to read and share about their life experiences. Some people may be very targeted. They want to write because they want visibility on SEO, which again induces sales and grows their businesses, sales or awareness. Some people write on Quora to heal. So I started writing on Quora to heal in 2020 end, when I had recently taken a sabbatical from my startup and I was feeling very low. So I started writing on Quora to heal. So the way I started writing changed, and a lot of people start writing on Quora to build the habit to write. And why they're doing all of that, that defines their personality uniquely. All I can tell you is all the advice that I have given you is incomplete, and the best use for you to understand how to optimize your Quora profile would be to understand your why is it that you want to write. And once you've done that, you will be able to figure out and do a lot of good things. And with that, all I can tell you is experiment along and keep experimenting, because when you are experimenting, you'll figure out some very interesting things, and those things will happen that you've not imagined. I'll take one example. I wrote about my balding head. I mean, that's me. That was back in 2014. Looking at my balding head, I thought, why not write an answer about it? And I did. It got me to 30,000 views on the answer. Out of this, there were at least 20,000 people who visited my website, Stone Santa's website. And out of these 20,000 people, at least 200 people made a purchase. So experiment all along, because if you're not experimenting and you're not consistent, then you'll not build trust. And if you're not able to build trust, then why will people follow you? So, with that, I would like to say thank you. And I hope you enjoyed the discussion, the video. And if you did, I request you to drop in an apple in the comments. And I will see you in the next video. Until then, sayonara, take care, and bye bye. Bye.